Time to learn today how to live the Wazango way. Wazango is a lifestyle.
We're going to do this training every single Tuesday, 8 a.m. Central Time. I know our partners out in the West Coast, that's early, but our goal, spending 30 minutes with you, 45 minutes, is to bring value that makes a difference in your business. My name is Jaden Slentz. You'll get to know me a little bit more in this training. I'd like to introduce Atrion Fiola. He's up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They're running a mortgage brokerage called Norport Funding. He's probably one of the best loan experts that I've ever been around. He's going to talk to you a little bit about, how they closed 42 loans last month. They're not even a year old with their brokerage, and, some tips that he's seeing that hopefully that can help you. And Atch, is there anything you want to add on that before I dive right in?
No, I'll talk in a little bit here. So.
All right, that being said, let's dive right in. At the end, we're going to open it up for Q&A. If you have any questions, please ask. And that being said, let's dive right in and have some fun. My name is Jaden Slentz. Some of you on here may know who I am. Others are just learning who I am right now. We appreciate you being on this little training here. And the reason we want to get out and help mortgage brokers is we love this industry. We love people coming into the broker side because that tells us you're an entrepreneur. And there's no better place to be in the mortgage business and be an entrepreneur than in the broker side of the business right now, because there is a lot of opportunity. We run some businesses that can really help you. I'm going to talk about that, but I want you to know who I am. We run a very powerful and effective marketing agency, as well as doing some other things. But I also run a mortgage company, a brokerage company called Wazango. And there's a difference when you're working with a marketing agency who understands the daily grind of what we go through, and that can apply what we're doing to help you grow. Unless a marketer, anybody is in our business, they don't realize what we do on a day-to-day basis. Putting out fires, solving, problem loan files, and then, how do you apply all that knowledge and understanding to help other mortgage companies grow? So we have a mortgage company, we have the network. I'm going to talk to you guys about the Wazango network. We have a marketing agency that's helping other mortgage brokers scale and grow their business across the country. We have a real estate brand that we use that to pass real estate pre-approvals to our real estate agents. And then we have a third-party processing company that is running the back end and processing for some of our mortgage brokers, and we're getting licensed in other states. We want to help you develop the back end. Here's what we've kind of figured out. Client acquisition is an easier part of the business, and we've kind of figured out our niche and how to acquire new customers for you and help you go direct to the consumer, help you get more realtor partners, help you turn the tables instead of asking for business for them. We want to put you in a position where you can give business to them and add value to them and really strengthen your offer. But it's the back end. All of us struggle with operations and back end, and we have to solve that problem when we move into the broker side of things from retail, especially because everything is done for us. We have to figure out what system to use for the application and doc collection and LOS and CRM and automations, and how to train our staff. What staff do we need? Do we do in-house processing? Do we use contract processing? There's problems that come along with the contract processing. So if you need help with processing, if you need help with running the operations, reach out to us, let us know, and let us help you there, because we can help you solve that problem. All right, let's dive right in. So that's a little bit of who I am. Wazango Network is a company that we launched at the end of June. We are excited about this because it puts think of it like a LinkedIn and an Angie's List combined. So in this network is other high-level professionals in mortgage and real estate, financial advising. We have employment opportunities, and where we collaborate with one another, share business, share referrals back and forth, but then the consumer can come in and they can learn how to, whatever they're trying to accomplish, who's the local expert should they go to buy a house, sell their house, get a loan, things like that. So really cool network. If you want to check that out with ZaneGoatNetwork.com, you can go in here, and if you're a business owner and if you're interested, you can hit apply and go through the process to apply to become a part of the Wizango network. Here's what I want to show you real quick. Boom. There's some cool things that we're doing from a marketing perspective. I want to share with you briefly on some things that we can help you with from client acquisition before we get into some specific training from Atrion. I want to make sure to give him the floor because he's going to share some great information with us. There's some marketing assets that we can build for you that'll really help your business. One of them is a different type of a website with a clear message that matches your brand, that tells the story, that's all about the consumer, that gives them a really clear call to action to either apply or set up an appointment with your staff. But one of the cool things that we are super excited about is on these websites, we're going to be able to give you this technology that gives an instant pre-qualification to the borrower. And all they have to put in, let me show you. So if we click here, the only thing the consumer has to put in is their name. I don't know why that doesn't go down. Let's try it down here. Man, it's not going down. Team needs to fix that. So again, we're just launching this. We built this. Our lead software engineer has built this for us and for you guys. So basically the consumer puts in their name, their email, their phone number, their address, and then that will pull in a financial report. Does a soft pull for them, doesn't affect their credit, doesn't show up on their credit, and then that brings us a report that shows us their FICO, their DTI, their income if it's available, and it gives them a snapshot. And the cool thing that we're going to do is incorporate that into the network. So every time a consumer comes to us, they get a free financial breakdown, a free financial report of their situation. And then we categorize that based on a risk profile. So if it's good credit, they get an instant pre-qualification, and then that comes to us, and then we're able to push that out to our mortgage guys, to you, or to my office. And if I show you this here, but if they don't, and they have a poor credit profile, or they're in a higher risk category, they go over to what's called a smart money division inside of the network, where they help them with their money and understand credit. And they take them through this 120-day program to graduate them where they can become a home buyer. But the consumer would get that free financial report, then we would know who to push it out to. In here, what I've realized, guys, is not every mortgage company is the best fit for every client. That's why we have some of the top mortgage lenders, and we want to add more inside of this network so we know where we should send that client. Where is it the best fit for the client to go to get that loan? And if you're interested in putting your company here, it's very simple. Reach out to us or go ahead and apply. Let me show you real quick too on, I'll come back here, kind of where we're at with the network. Here's the states that we're in. We want brokers in every one of these states. If you are in a state that we don't have a PIN in, please reach out to us, because we want to put the right mortgage brokers in, and then fill up that around you, put agents, financial advisors, build your referral network. And then we, along with you, are going to get into the market and acquire the customer to come in and through our network. But this little instant pre-qualification tool is fantastic. And then it allows you, as you get these online appointments, we don't generate leads. We help fill up your calendar with appointments. They come in with that little financial breakdown, and you know if it's an A paper deal, B, C, or if it needs to go to a different channel, if they're under a certain credit score, they've got late payments, bankruptcies, whatever that is. So that's one of the ways that that we're helping our brokers acquire new customers from a marketing perspective. There's anything that you want to do from a brand and marketing perspective, our agency can help you do that. And it's a case-by-case basis, figuring out where you're at, where you're wanting to go, and what you need to do. Another thing that we do that we can build for you very quick, it's easy for us to do this, is building sales funnels. Now, we build on a ClickFunnels platform. Our team is very experienced building funnels for mortgage professionals. My company and all the other brokers that are in our network, that's where we all start, is we build these little funnels to drive traffic through. Our copywriters write the copy that drives them into this sales funnel, with the only call to action is to schedule an online meeting. This is a guy up in New Jersey, just so you can see the numbers. I think he's spending $50 to $75 a day running his ads, and he's had 1,300 people click on his ads. He's had 241 opt-in, if you saw that opt-in on that first page. When I started hiring these online marketing companies to help us grow and go direct to the consumer, I realized how powerful building your email list is. That's why we hide this video sales presentation. So whatever you want to present, whether it's recruiting, FHA, VA, whatever product it is, we build a sales presentation around that. We drive traffic in, they watch the presentation, and those that are serious, they schedule an appointment. So you see in the last 2 weeks, he's had 31 appointments. If he was able to do more, he could get a lot more. All he has to do is crank up his ad budget. We want to keep the cost to acquire a new closed loan, a new customer, under 250. So, you know, if you invest 1,000, that should bring you 4 to 5 to 6 customers. So mortgage is just a numbers game. That's why you want to work with us and with Atreon and with our team, with our processing team, to work on making sure you have the right process and infrastructure to scale. Because once you get the marketing dialed in, it is a numbers game. Am I right about that, Atreon?
100%. Yeah.
And one of the things that we do is we've hired one of the best Encompass consultants in the country. And they set up Encompass Broker Edition for all of our brokers that are ready to make the transition. It is a good investment to get it set up the right way, but that allows us to have everything done in one environment. The application goes right into Encompass, so no more importing the 3.2. We do Loan Sifter through Encompass. We pull credit through Encompass. We run DU through Encompass. We request docs through Encompass. And then when it moves over to Pipeline, we're able to track what lender is it with? Is it locked? What's the expiration date? What's the status? You know, who's the loan officer? Who's the processor? So the managers, the broker owner, can log in and track their full pipeline without having to go into another system, lender portal, and figure out where everything is at. So pretty cool there. Now we have built the email follow-up and automation inside of ActiveCampaign. You see we have 265 automations. So when the consumer comes to us and they go through our process, we have these email automations that take them through the stage. When something happens, they will it'll trigger an email, updates to the buyer's agent, seller agent, title company, buyer. You know, it'll trigger we're making a big life insurance play. If you're interested in integrating life insurance to your business and helping your customers before they get all this junk mail after they close about mortgage cancellation insurance, there's a massive opportunity to capture that income, but provide the right service with a trusted advisor to your agents, to your past clients on after they close on their loan. But when they opt in to this, right? So they click the ad, they opt in. Our copywriters write you 8-day email follow-up sequence and continues to email them for 8 days until they schedule an appointment. If they do, great. If not, this automation will end in 8 days. So one doesn't work without the other. That's the reason I showed you this. To have an effective automated marketing system that's out there finding you buyers, sellers, clients, refis that you're passing down to your agents, on autopilot. So these video sales presentations, these funnels are finding you clients right now as you're on this meeting. You have to have it fully connected or it doesn't work as well. Here's Hub City. These are guys up in Lubbock, Texas, same numbers. If you look, he's had 34 appointments. I think he's spending $100 in running ads. He texts me multiple times. Hey, you guys are blowing up my business. You're blowing up my business. Atrion will share his experience with you here in a second about blowing up their business, and we can do the same thing with you as well. Another thing that we're having a lot of success with is online lunch and learns for the consumer. We did the first one last Thursday. I think we had 19 people on it. I know my team's working on 5 deals. And from that, we're doing another one this Thursday. These are highly effective, and it is a great way to market not only for mortgage business, but also being able to get those clients directly to push down to your real estate partners. And a cool thing that I didn't show you guys that I would like to real quick is a lot of our mortgage clients that we work with in the network and in the agency has positions that they need to fill. So this week, we're running a nationwide recruiting campaign in the states that we have open positions: loan officers, assistants, processors, customer service. If you have an open need for a position, let us help you get into the market and find talent, the best of the best. Let's pay them fantastic. We have a great recruiting strategy for loan advisors, so loan officers, for processors, to find the best of the best. If you need help with recruiting, let us know, because we will list you in the network. To join the network is only $250, by the way. You go here, you click you are a business owner, and it's only $250 to come into the network. Why do we need more mortgage professionals in the network? Because we're going to have such demand from our marketing efforts that we need to be able to push those down to more mortgage lenders. My mortgage company will reach capacity. And then we have those others in Texas that we're pushing them out to. So it's only $250 to join the network, where we help you with client acquisition. We help you with recruiting. That doesn't cost you anything there. So these events are fantastic. If you wanted to start doing a weekly live event, they're going to get better. We're going to announce the food sponsor this week, hopefully today. I'm thinking about giving a promotion away. Maybe we're going to give a drawing for some big ass prize at the very end. It's going to be really cool, man. We're going to throw these events, but right now in COVID, we can't do it live. We would do it live. We're going to do it online. We're going to do it very well. It's going to get better. We can help you do the same thing to acquire new customers. Agents. If you have real estate agents, the last thing I want to show, not only through your marketing are you going to be able to push deals through to them, okay, and return and increase your offer to help them, be able to send them business and not just asking for business. That's everybody's dream, especially in summer. We're getting a lot of purchase leads. They come in, they let us know if they have an agent. If so, who's their name? If not, do they want to use one of our agents? They click yes. We know who to push them to, depending on who's the best of the best in that area they're trying to buy or sell in. But we build these branded sites for agents that are cleaner, that are simpler, that don't have an IDX feed in it. Consumers are not searching IDXs on real estate agents' websites. The analytics show that, and we've looked up some of the biggest sites in the industry. If they want to search for homes, they're going back to Zillow, they're going back to HAR, they're going back to Realtor.com because of the consumer experience. We take agents, we help them clarify their brand, clarify their message, put it out there in the way that it all benefits the consumer, and give a really clear call to action for these agents. So if you have agents or any other referral partners that need help growing their business, we want to put you in a position of massive value to bring to them, and that we can help you do that. So there's a lot that we want to cover. And I could talk for hours about the value of what we're doing from a marketing perspective, from an operations perspective, and the network, and why you should be in the network. And we're selective of who comes into the network. That's why when you click your business owner in the top right, and I'm going to put that in the chat box with zangonetwork.com, you apply to come into the network, because we have to keep the consumer trust that we know who's the best of the best. I know if someone's buying in Minneapolis, Atron in Northport is hands down the best mortgage company to use. And they work with the best agents in the whole state of Minneapolis and Minnesota to push those deals to. So we're going to continue to keep that and keep the high level. So I'll put it in the chat box and we'll open it up for Q&A. Next week, I'm going to kind of poll you guys and what y'all want to learn more about when we go deep into the weeds on a certain concept. But if you have questions, you reach out to me, you schedule a time or just call me. I'll put my direct phone number and the Wizengo Network in the chat box. That being said, I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to let Atrion take over. Atrion, I've been around a lot of mortgage professionals in my career. I told Atrion he's probably one of the best I've ever been around. This guy knows how to originate better than anybody I've ever seen. And I want to let him kind of share some tips that you can apply today, this week, that make a difference in your business. So, Atch, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Hey, hey guys, how are you? Atrion Viola, Northport Funding Broker Owner, Minnesota. So, Jaden asked me to speak to you guys today about some of the success we have or some of the things that have helped us become, a fast-growing broker in our marketplace. So I just wrote down a couple things I wanted to share with you guys, just some efficiencies that certainly helped us become more successful once we opened the doors. I guess one of the funniest things I'll tell you guys is the first thing we did when we opened Northport was we signed up with over 25 investors right off the bat. And I had no idea that that's just something that most people don't do. They typically sign up with like a UWM or a Quicken, and then they slowly ease their way to additional investors as they go. And we just didn't do that. So the problem that we had with that is we started sending loans to about 100 different investors. And once you start doing that, it's really hard to start formulating a process because every bank has a different process in this business. And so with that, we've kind of isolated ourselves down to just a few specific lenders to be a little bit more successful in the process. And you guys can certainly ask me which ones those we are, in the Q&A session. But what I found is as a loan originator, we're looking for information constantly as we're trying to originate loans. And the toughest piece about that is the information varies lender to lender. Gray zone to gray zone, specifics to specifics. So you really have to start isolating what lenders are best for your business or which ones support your business in the best way. And we started aligning ourselves with the businesses that made the most sense to our customer base. So if you're facilitating a lower credit score customer base in an FHA loan or a USDA or a VA type product, you need to align yourself with lenders that do that product better than anybody else. If you're doing straight conventional products, you want to align yourself with lenders that do great credit scores and middle credit scores. They all have different adjusters to their pricing. And then with that, you can start to build a process around your business and your client base so you are more successful, so you can do more transactions. Second piece to this is the underwriting tips and things like that. So I don't know how many of you probably use UWM already, but they have a great resource for self-employed income. You can do what's called a scenario submission, take the tax returns from your borrower, send them into the lender, and then within, let's call it hour, 2 hours, they'll send it back to you with a stamp on it that says that that's the income they'll use as long as you submit the file that way. That one's huge. I mean, and even if you don't use them as the lender, they will help you to understand how to originate a loan or a self-employed borrower. With that, I have caution on that. If you're not that familiar with self-employed borrowers, MGIC runs a great training platform for self-employment. It's free for you as a broker. Not only will they tell you how to underwrite and facilitate a loan self-employed, but they'll show you how to add money back, do schedule of REO, align them with Schedule C and S Corps, all these types of complex transactions that some of us look at and get confused, and they make it very simple.
Would you recommend the broker owner jump on that, or would you put a processor or an employee in that training, Hatch?
So for me, I struggle. So yeah, I would say a processor and those folks could take that training, but at the end of the day, you're the fixer, right? So if you're the lead broker owner, if you're the sole originator, it's your job to fix every deal that comes in that goes, array through the process. My philosophy is you need to know more than everybody in your office if you're going to be successful. And if you don't, it's going to be a challenge for you.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, so we signed up with Wazango to do the marketing. So we signed up for their marketing platform and did some sales funnels. And I will tell you that it absolutely buried us in like a 4-week span to the point where we had to just shut it off for a little bit because it was just too much. But what it did do was help us much more quickly identify what lenders we need to align ourselves with for success. For me, like any lender that's on a mortgage bot platform. So mortgage bots, it's a very simple platform. You guys have probably already seen them. They typically have your pipeline, your services, your docs, your things on the left. You have to upload your files to a system, and then you have to separate what they're for, whether it be for initial underwrite, final underwriting, conditions, or whatever. That platform is not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of missed conditions. It's a lot of missed reviews and slow turn times. And so when you're aligning yourself with someone like that, you just have to be prepared. And the only reason you typically align yourself with places like that is because of price. And so that's just, I'll leave that there.
No, don't leave it there. Don't chase price. Get the right deal for the customer, but understand the importance of volume and process. Just like if you're at a retail lender, you have to sell those rates. That's all you have. You're never going to have the best rate in the market. Companies are figuring out, like SoFi, Better, how to run their business on a smaller margin. There's always going to be those lenders out there, and we want to run that boutique, high-level service and learn how to sell beyond price and sell on value, still get them the best deal, but not just chase rate and Loan Sifter and you see the top and you send it. That's going to bring more problems than it's worth if you do that too much.
Well, we've talked about that. I don't even use Loan Sifter anymore. So I just kind of cut that out of my process altogether. I know that goes against what you guys do and over there building the systems and stuff. But the thing about price is it's a slippery slope. You start getting super involved in it, you start chasing it, and then it can really start to kind of ruin the way that you want to do your business or get it through the process, or at least for me. So, for me, I if it's a W-2 borrower and it's a straight refi, I'm going to send that to UWM, and I would rather go borrower paid than lender paid to suffer for another 25 or 35 basis points, just due to the speed. And the thing about the broker channel is what I've learned about this client base is, especially as we're moving through COVID, they kind of look at our processes like Amazon, like they want it now. So if they applied and sent you all their pay slips, a lot of them have this idea that they get the mortgage today, and that's just not how it works. So it's been interesting to move your way through that. But again, aligning yourself with lenders that dictate to that speed. As far as activities go, we've talked about this, Jade and I, a lot. We have some really great realtor partners. We have some really great financial advisors and people that we've worked with in our business for a long time. The success there really is just communication. I've never worked in a business where you can't lie, and if you do, you always get busted. And this business certainly makes it that way. If you lie to a consumer or a realtor partner to buy some time through underwriting or conditions or whatever it may be, for whatever reason, it always comes out, and it certainly hinders your success. But from a business development and recurring success thing, so we added Jaden's platform for the Wazango marketing. I don't know if any of you are interested or have thought about moving down that process, but if you have not and you want to add 10 to 15 to 20 more loans a month, it's a great platform to do that. And I just want you guys to know that we are invested in it. We enjoy it. Jaden runs a great platform if you have doubts or if you wanted to do that. So, and then the last piece, all I want to say to you guys is success is driven by action, and you need to be in action every day to get your solicitations done with your clients and your partners and your people to get them to send stuff back or do whatever it needs to be successful. And then
good.
communication. So
It's good.
Yep.
All right, we're going to open it up right now for Q&A. If you have any questions, please type them in and let's go through that. We're going to end early. We're always going to do this about 30 minutes, but see, there was probably 20 or so people who are registered for this. This is a reoccurring event that we need to show up. In mortgage, the early bird gets the worm. I know this is early in some people's standards, but show up and let's grow together. Let's collaborate and talk about things that help us all grow our business. So right now, if you have any questions, type it in the chat box. You'll find that at the bottom. We're going to keep talking to see if any questions come in. Next week, we're going to have a lot of fun on the next session, and we'll figure out where y'all want to go deeper in and go into some really good technical training. We'll train you and teach you how to do everything we're doing, so you can either do it on your own or hire us to do it. I do encourage you to join the network with ZangoNetwork.com. Click at the top where you're a business owner and apply for that. On Thursday, with Zango Lunch and Learn, we are doing that live stream so you can see that home buyer events that we put on last week was really successful. This week's going to be better. And then Friday, we're doing a training on the network specifically. I've got the Chief Technology Officer at our office that's going in detail of how you collaborate, how you connect, how you utilize the network, because we are about to push a big marketing campaign for the consumers to come into the network. Guys, that don't cost you anything. We spend our money acquiring customers to push down to y'all and to the experts. So you definitely want to be in there. Actually, it doesn't look like there's any questions. Maybe there's one right here. How does the realtor acquisition work? Answer live. I don't know how that works. Mark, so great question. Realtor acquisition is simple. We get them into the network surrounding you up in Utah, and we want them to come work with us so we can help them get more customers. We're going to help them build their brand and market in the same way we're going to help you up in Utah. So realtor acquisition is easy. Once you're in the network, we go and let's find some of the top agents in Utah who really already spend a lot of money in marketing and branding. Let's get them away from Zillow. Let's get them away from buying leads on realtor.com and show them a better way to grow their business. That comes from you. So now your value proposition going to those agents is a lot stronger because you're going there to help them, like for real, and not just saying, hey, trust us with your business, which that still works too. But the realtor acquisition is we really strengthen your offer to go to them and acquire their business. Good question though. Thank you for asking that. I'm disappointed we didn't have everybody on this, man. I know a lot of guys that were supposed to be on it, and next week I hope that you guys jump on again. You're welcome. You're welcome, Mark. All right, that being said, let's end it if there's no more questions. Atron, do you have anything else you want to say?
Get out there. Get it.
Let's have some fun. Atron is so available if you need high-level questions. He's a great asset to us, a great resource. He helps us get better. And if you need to put my number in the chat box, if you need to call me directly, please do. That being said, get out there, have some fun this week, and work hard. Help a lot of people. We'll see you guys next week.
It's time to learn today how to live the Wazango way. Wazango is a lifestyle.